Section 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Golden List arrives. My personal maid is Jiang Yuyan, author. Strawberry Red Dust. Ying Ziyu traveled to the world of Jiuzhou and became the 9th prince of the Qin Dynasty, awakening the sign-in system. This is a big world that integrates countless dynasties. When martial arts are practiced to the peak, mountains can be moved and seas can be filled, and time and space can be broken. For 18 years, he signed in every day and obtained countless rare treasures. The prince's mansion has beautiful maids, and there are many confidantes who have met in various parts of Jiuzhou. He has arranged countless backups in various parts of Jiuzhou, just waiting for the opportunity to unify Jiuzhou. But he didn't expect this day. The Jiuzhou Golden List appeared, and the world was shocked. Second place on the Jiuzhou Tianjiao list, Jiang Yuyan, Jiang Yu, the maid of the 9th prince of the Qin Dynasty, realm, martial arts grandmaster, great perfection. Ying Ziyu was surprised. What? Jiang Yu, you are Jiang Yuyan. Jiang Yuyan, master, listen to my explanation. First place in the Jiuzhou Tianjiao list, Ziyuk, Ying Ziyu, the 9th son of the Qin Dynasty, realm, land immortal. Jiang Yuyan, Chapter 1. Ying Ziyu, I am a land immortal, invincible, you can do whatever you want. Please hide and comment. Jiuzhou world, the Qin Dynasty, Xianyang, the 9th son's mansion. Ying Ziyu admired the graceful dance of the maid while playing the guzheng in front of him. A contented look appeared on his face. Ding, congratulations to the host for signing in successfully and getting a random reward. Jianni 4 symbols Ju. When Ying Ziyu's fingers gently plucked the strings, a deep and mysterious breath was released. Jiang Yuyan, who was accompanying him, instantly felt that the action of pouring tea paused. A trace of surprise appeared on his delicate facial features. This song, it is magnificent, as if a real killing is coming at you. Bamboo forest, drizzle, raincoat, long sword, hissing, collision, fighting, blood and fire, one picture after another connected, moving in Jiang Yuyan's mind, as if all this is happening right in front of her. Every note is a fight. The master just played a song, and he has gained some insights, and his strength has improved a lot. Who in Jiuzhou can compare with such a terrifying talent? Jiang Yuyan was secretly amazed in her heart. After the song ended, the lingering sound lingered in her ears for a long time, and everyone was intoxicated by it. Ying Ziyu stroked the strings and smiled faintly. His mind moved. A panel that only he could see appeared in front of him. Sign-in system. Host, Ying Ziyu, alias, Ziyuk, Bai Jianxian, etc. Age, 18. Realm, land god. Kung Fu, God and Demon Collection, with the method of transformation, immortal scripture, Tianlong heart method, Emperor's God conferring technique, Great Destiny technique, and God Elephant prison suppressing power as the core, integrating a series of techniques such as War God Atlas, Longevity Secret, Cihang Sword Classic, Heavenly Demon Strategy, 9 Yin Manual, 9 Yang Manual, and Taishan Sutra. Martial Arts, 23 swords, 10,000 daos, 4 wonders of mixed heaven, 1 sword across the world, Xuanhuan true skill, 10,000 swords return to the origin, 1 sword immortal kneeling, 2 sleeves of green snakes, sword chi rolling dragon wall, sword opening the gate of heaven, etc. Items, Xuanhuan sword, Fushi Qin, Haotian mirror, the Huan Dan, Kongtong seal, phoenix blood, dragon yuan, dragon turtle blood. Looking at the panel, Ying Ziyu was filled with emotion. He was originally an earthling, and by chance he traveled to the world of Jiuzhou. He also became the 9th son of Qin Dynasty Ying Ziyu. However, since Ying Zheng had many children, he focused all his attention on the eldest son Fusu. In addition, Ying Zheng was busy dealing with various things, and he had a lot of things to do. Therefore, from birth to now, Ying Ziyu has not seen Ying Zheng many times. Maybe Ying Zheng himself forgot that there was a son like Ying Ziyu. Ying Ziyu had no complaints about this. Because of the system, he had many secrets, so the less he was valued, the better he could make his own arrangements. Moreover, the world of Jiuzhou is a world of comprehensive martial arts. Many martial arts worlds in the previous life were all integrated into it. There is not only the great Qin dynasty in the central plains of Jiuzhou, there are also Han, Sui, Tang, and Song, outside the pass. There are 2 major foreign dynasties, Yuan and Qing, and the Xiongnu, Turks, Liao, Jin, Dali, Xixia. And other foreign races are dormant in secret. in addition to the central plains of Jiuzhou, there are also western regions, Tubo, Goguryeo, Dongying and other countries that are eyeing the central plains. There are many martial arts sects, aristocratic families, noble families, and so on among the countries. The forces are intertwined and very complicated. Jiuzhou is vast, and it is difficult for ordinary people to walk through it in their lifetime. Throughout history, countless ambitious emperors have attempted to unify Jiuzhou, but no one has been able to do so. To this day, Jiuzhou is still in a state of division. There are constant wars between countries, and the major sects fight each other. People die all the time, the people are living in poverty, and they hope that a hero can end it all. Jiuzhou world. The status of warriors is extremely high. The more powerful the warrior, the more his status is far beyond that of ordinary people. A powerful warrior can break a city, move mountains, and walk on the sea. He can fight against thousands of people and tens of thousands of people. He can travel thousands of miles in one breath. After reaching the level of a land immortal, he can even shatter the space. Once they fight, the fluctuations generated can make the area within a radius of thousands of miles barren. It can completely become a barrier for an empire, enough to play a strategic deterrent role. Ying Ziyu was able to survive in such a terrifying world and secretly build his own power, all thanks to the system. Sign in every day to get rewards. There are all kinds of magical weapons, skill secrets, superior martial arts, rare treasures, elixirs, and even capable people and strangers, etc. With these, Ying Ziyu's cultivation has never stopped since his birth until now. For 18 years, coupled with his abnormal talent, he had already entered the realm of land gods as early as 5 years ago, and created his own book of gods and demons. With his strong strength, he often travels around the world of Kyushu under a pseudonym, while meeting many beautiful women. He also left arrangements across Kyushu, which can be activated directly when necessary. Gathering his mind, Ying Ziyu slowly stood up and saw the beautiful personal maid beside her, whose body exuded waves of cultivation. "Thank you, master, for helping me improve my cultivation." Jiang Yuyan showed a sweet smile. Just now, she was immersed in the world of music and fell into an epiphany, and her cultivation level improved a lot. Just one song can help her improve her cultivation. Jiang Yuyan was even more impressed by Ying Ziyu's strength. He looked at Ying Ziyu with admiration. "I really saw the right person. You have a very good talent," Ying Ziyu said with a faint smile. Section 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He met this maid by chance when he went out. At that time, Ying Ziyu only asked a few words at random, but Jiang Yuyan killed the pursuers, which made Ying Ziyu sigh at her talent. So, Ying Ziyu kept Jiang Yuyan by his side. After several years of getting along, Ying Ziyu was very satisfied with Jiang Yuyan. Whether it was her talent in cultivation or her ability to do things, they were both equally powerful. In addition, it is also very beautiful, and it is also eye-catching to keep around you. Ying Ziyu is very satisfied with his current life. Of course, he is not without ambition. Although this is the Qin Dynasty in the world of Kyushu, Ying Ziyu cannot guarantee whether Zhao Gao and Li Si will tamper with the imperial edict in history. Destiny can only be in one's own hands, and Ying Ziyu has arranged everything long ago. However, now that Ying Zheng is still alive, the time has not yet come. Boom! Boom! At this moment, there were dark clouds in the sky, lightning and thunder, and 9 dragons and 9 phoenixes hovering in the sky. The clear sky suddenly turned dark. It's like the end of the world. Everyone in Kyushu looked at the sky in surprise. Immediately, a purple gold light flashed, attracting everyone's attention. As long as you are in Kyushu, you can still see clearly no matter where you are, even in the dark underground. Master beware! Jiang Yuyan frowned coldly and stood in front of Ying Ziyu with a wary face. A long sword appeared in her hand at some point, and a terrifying aura erupted from her body. "Don't be anxious, let's check the situation first," Ying Ziyu said with a relaxed smile. With his current strength, anyone who harbors hostility will notice it just by looking at him. He didn't feel any danger, so he was fine. After a moment, a black-red scroll appeared in the purple gold light. The scroll stood out of thin air. The way of heaven comes out. The Jiuzhou Golden List appears in this world. The moment the Kyushu Gold List appeared, related concepts emerged in the minds of everyone in Kyushu. Everyone was shocked. On the Jiuzhou Prodigy List, those under the age of 30 can be on the list. I wonder how many of my confidant can be on the list. How will those people in the Qin react after knowing my true strength? This Kyushu has finally become a little interesting. Ying Ziyu looked at the slowly opening list in the air with a relaxed face. Jiang Yuyan on the side was a little panicked. She has a big secret. What if the owner finds out and drives her away? No, I have to find a way. Jiang Yuyan felt a little anxious. She doesn't want to leave Ying Ziyu. Ying Ziyu saw Jiang Yuyan's changes in his eyes, but he didn't care in his heart. He never worried about people approaching with ulterior motives. To this kind of person, Ying Ziyu just wants to say, I am invincible, you can do whatever you want. Chapter 2. I hope this kid won't do anything stupid. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments, Tang Dynasty, Chang'an. On the list of geniuses, I wonder how many people from our Tang Dynasty can be included in the list. Among the rewards from heaven, are there any treasures that can help me quickly stabilize our national power? Li Shimon's eyes were full of expectation and desire. Having just experienced the Xuanhuan Gate incident, there were undercurrents surging in the Tang Dynasty. He eagerly hoped that the Tang Dynasty could stabilize quickly. In this way, we can develop the national power of the Tang Dynasty, eliminate the surrounding powerful countries, and unify the 9 states. Sui Dynasty, Luoyang. If there is a treasure that can directly kill Li Shimon's child, I will get it no matter how much it costs. Yang Guang said fiercely with red eyes. His most beloved daughter was taken away by Li Shimon. His territory in the Sui dynasty was also taken away a lot by the Tang dynasty. Yang Guang hated Li Shimon deeply. The other countries, including the Han dynasty, the Song dynasty, and the Qin dynasty, all had different reactions to the arrival of the Golden List. Everyone in Kyushu also had different expressions. In the sky, black and red curls slowly opened, lines of simple golden characters appeared in it. Jiuzhou Jianjiao list. From now on, the Jiuzhou Prodigy list will be opened. All warriors under the age of 30 can enter the list by virtue of their strength, talent, and luck. This list is divided into the list of innate warriors, the list of Grandmaster warriors, and the list of warriors of Grandmaster and above. Each list has 10 places, and those who are on the list can receive heavenly rewards. The list will be changed at any time, and new ones on the list can still receive heavenly rewards. Everyone in Kyushu instantly became less calm after seeing this news. Tianjiao list. People under the age of 30 can enter. I am now 29 years old and in the middle stage of innate talent. I will definitely be able to enter the list. The reward from heaven is mine. There are only 10 grandmasters. Do I still have a chance? A 30-year-old grandmaster is still in a realm above. Who can be such a monster? The list will change at any time. It seems that I have to practice hard and strive to enter the list as soon as possible and receive heavenly rewards. I want to see who can make the list. If the strength is not as good as mine, I will directly grab the reward. Everyone in Kyushu thinks differently. At this moment, the golden list shines brightly. Words slowly appeared on the list, and the first person on the list appeared, 30 on the list of geniuses. Linghu Chong. Identity, Huashan Sword School Disciple. Realm, Late Xiantian. Skills, Zixia Secret Book, Huashan Swordsmanship, Duga 9 Swords. Reward, Yellow Level Lower Grade Elixir, Foundation Building Elixir, which can increase internal strength for 30 years and improve aptitude and talent. Linghu Chong. When Ying Ziyu saw Duga 9 Swords on the list, he knew what was going on. Obviously, Linghu Chong had learned Duga 9 Swords from Feng Qingyang. Although the fate of many people in this high-level martial arts world has been changed, the experience of some people has not changed at all. Section 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Buchuan, the hypocrite, will try every means to take Linghu Chong's swords when he sees that he knows Duga Zhejian. Yu Lingshan, the little girl, listens to me very much and has not exposed her strength for so many years. Otherwise, with the few moves I taught her, no one in the entire Huashan sect or the entire 5 Mountain Sword sect would be her opponent. Two figures emerged in Ying Ziyu's mind. One is the lively, lovely, and eccentric Yu Lingshan, the other is Yi Lin, who looks innocent and easy to bully. These two are two of the many confidantes he met when he was traveling around the world. The Tang Dynasty Palace. Master Yuan, do you know what's going on with Ling Huchong and the Huashan sword sect? Li Shimin stared at the list with burning eyes and asked the mysterious man with a mask on his face and a hat on his head. This man is the leader of the Tang Dynasty bad people, Yuan Tiangang. The Huashan sword sect is one of the 5 sword sects in the Ming Dynasty. Its leader is Yu Buchuan, who is in the middle stage of the Grandmaster. He is just a minor character and is not worth mentioning. But the Duga 9 swords that Ling Huchong learned is a bit interesting. The creator is called Duga Qiubai, who is known as the sword demon in the martial arts world and is a difficult character. I can't do anything to him even if I fight him. Yuan Tiangang introduced him in detail. He had fought with Duga Qiubai in the past, and the two fought for 3 days and 3 nights without a clear winner. Master Yuan can't do anything to him. It seems that Duga Qiubai is indeed a character. Master Yuan, can you recruit him to our Tang Dynasty? Li Shimin's eyes were full of urgency. He knew very well how terrifying Yuan Tiangang's strength was. After the Xuanhuan Gate incident, the contradictions between the various parties in the Tang Dynasty did not directly intensify, thanks to Yuan Tiangang's strong suppression. If Duga Qiubai could join the Tang Dynasty, Li Shimin would have enough confidence to make the Tang Dynasty completely stable in the shortest time. This person is straightforward, aloof, and unrestrained. He always appears suddenly and then disappears suddenly. No one knows his specific whereabouts, and I have no way to do it. Can't figure out his whereabouts. At this level, even if I join forces with Li Chunfeng, I can't figure out his specific whereabouts. Li Shimin sighed after hearing this. Forget it, the palace of the Ming Dynasty. Is this Huashan sword sect a force of our Ming Dynasty? Zhu Hozhao asked the eunuch Chao Jingchun beside him while teasing the tiger in the cage in the leopard room. Your Majesty, it is the underworld force of our Ming Dynasty. If your Majesty is interested, I will immediately order my men to send the relevant information. Chao Jingchun said respectfully. Zhu Hozhao waved his hand and said, those things give me a headache, so I'll leave it to you to deal with. I obey your order. Ming Dynasty, Hulong Villa. Father, I didn't expect that the first person on the list would be someone from our Great Ming. It seems that the talents of our Great Ming are far superior to those of other countries. If we can recruit all these people, the power of our Hulong Villa will surely reach a higher level. We can also better help His Majesty solve problems. Xuanhuan Haitang said excitedly. The iron-hearted Marquis Zhu Wuxi smiled and stroked his beard, saying, Haitang's idea is very good. This matter will be left to you, Tianya, Yidao and Qing Shifei. Yes, Duan Tianya, Gui Hai Yidao, Xuanhuan Haitang, Qing Shifei, Tiandi Xuanhuan and 4 secret agents said in unison. Zhu Wuxi saw this, and a trace of ambition flashed in his eyes that others could not detect. Ming Dynasty, Huashan sword sect. Yu Buchuan was very envious of the reward Ling Huchong received on the list. 30 years of internal strength can also improve aptitude and talent. If he took this foundation building pill, he could break through to the Grandmaster realm in one fell swoop. At that time, he could defeat Zhuo Lengchan and become the leader of the 5 mountain sword sect. However, as a master, what should he do to snatch the foundation building pill from his apprentice? After thinking for a while, Yu Buchuan saw the Duga 9 swords on the list, and immediately had an idea in his mind. Come here, call Ling Huchong, the traitor, to me. I want to ask him where he learned this shitty Duga 9 swords. Yu Buchuan pretended to be furious and slapped the armrest of the chair fiercely. The back mountain of Huashan sword sect. Ling Huchong looked at the pill in his hand that exuded a strange fragrance, and his expression was very bitter. If Master knew that I learned Kung Fu other than Huashan sword school, what would he think? Would he expel me from the sect? Master Feng is not here either, and I don't even have anyone to discuss things with. What should I do? Ling Huchong had no idea. Just then, a disciple came forward and said, Big brother, Master wants you to go. Ling Huchong put away the foundation building pill and followed the disciple down the mountain. After Ling Huchong went down the mountain, an old man with a white beard appeared in the cave. This man was Feng Qinyang, who taught Ling Huchong Duga 9 swords. I hope this kid doesn't do anything stupid. Feng Qinyang shook his head helplessly, and then his figure flashed and followed him. Chapter 3 Yan Dan's Hatred. The women want to find the unfaithful man. Seeking flowers, evaluation votes, collections, comments, Daqin. Mahist Mechanical City. I wonder if any of my Mahist disciples can enter the Tianjiao list. Yan Dan stared at the list in the sky. Only Xiao Ji and Xiao Gao are of the right age in the Mahist family. They may still be on the list. If Xuanhuan was still here, she would definitely be able to enter the list with the skills she learned from Xiao Yao Ku. Master Ban's tone was full of sighs. I was indeed impulsive back then, otherwise it would not have caused such a disaster. Yan Dan's words were full of apologies, however, there was no trace of apology in his expression. He touched his empty left arm, and his heart was filled with strong hatred. At the beginning, Xuanhuan wanted to follow Xiao Yao Ku. Yan Dan said that Xuanhuan's behavior was a betrayal of the Mahist family, and he wanted to abolish all her skills in public. Xiao Yao Ku, who learned the news, came to the Mahist Mechanical City alone. With just one sword, he destroyed the Mahist mechanical beast White Tiger. All the Mahist masters came together and were defeated. Half of the Mahist mechanical city was completely destroyed. Yan Dan's left arm was also cut off by that sword. So many years have passed, and every time Yan Dan thinks of that amazing sword, he still can't think of resisting at all. Section 4. You are listening at novelfull.audio. That sword was so magnificent that it made the sun and moon lose their color. That sword spans thousands of miles and is so powerful that it makes people despair. One day, I will get all this shame back. Zayak, as long as you are on the list of geniuses, I will know your true identity. At that time, I can incite hundreds of scholars to launch an endless pursuit of you, so that you will live in fear forever. Yan Dan thought very viciously in her heart. As soon as the thought came to an end, the list of geniuses began to refresh. 29 on the prodigy list. Stealing plant. Identity, Mahist disciple, the best thief in the world, and the king of thieves. Realm, middle innate stage. Exercise, lightning god walk. Reward, yellow level middle grade elixir, light spirit pill, which can break through the speed limit, surpass wind speed, and increase internal strength for 50 years. Yan Dan laughed excitedly when he saw Thief Ji on the list. Okay. Yan Dan said 3 good words in a row. After Zayak's commotion that year, the overall strength of the Mahist family dropped significantly. Now that Thief Ji is on the list, another master can appear in the Mo family. I didn't expect that I would be on the list. Thief Ji looked at the elixir in his hand and scratched his head in confusion. Taiji, take the elixir quickly. Yan Dan urged from the side. Thief Ji didn't hesitate and swallowed the Qinling pill directly. After taking the elixir into his mouth, a cool feeling spread from his throat to his feet. Thief Ji felt that his body became more agile. He used the lightning god walk and found that his speed was 10 times faster than before. Even the wind can't catch up with him now. This feeling is so good. Thief Ji said excitedly. When Yan Dan saw this, a trace of envy flashed in his eyes. He was over 30 years old and was no longer on the list of geniuses. He stared closely at the genius list and began to look forward to whether he would be rewarded with a treasure elixir that could restore a broken arm. If there is such a reward, he will get it no matter what. The Qin Dynasty, Royal Palace. Zhao Gao, have you found the hiding place of those rats from the Mo family? That there was no emotion in Ying Zheng's tone. He is such an emperor, indifferent, ruthless, wise, decisive, etc. These words can be used to describe him, but they are not enough to describe him. Your Majesty, the approximate location has been determined, and the results will be available within 10 days. Zhao Gao cupped his hands and said expressionlessly. He has no expression on his face when he faces anyone. It was as if nothing in this world could cause waves in his heart. 5 days, I only give you 5 days. After finding these rats, kill them all, leaving no one alive. Ying Zheng said coldly. He wants to conquer a huge territory. He wanted to unify Kyushu and achieve this unprecedented feat. To do this, he needs a stable and strong country. Therefore, he must eliminate the hidden dangers in Qin, the remnants of the 6 kingdoms, the various schools of thought, the court, the rivers and lakes, and the people. Any person or force that dares to stand in his way, Ying Zheng will destroy them all. According to the order, that Zhao Gao said respectfully. after walking out of the palace, Zhao Gao looked at the list of geniuses with a smile on his lips. What he wants is more than just the Lord of the Snare. His ambition was so great that even this little Qin couldn't let it go. However, now he cannot expose his ambition. I can only plan in secret and quietly wait for my own opportunity. Northern Song Dynasty. Bianliang, Song Huizong Zhao Ji looked at the list of geniuses, his brows furrowed. And a trace of displeasure flashed across his face. Ever since this genius list appeared, he no longer even thought about painting. Your Majesty, Liang Shan and Fang La are getting more and more powerful. Should we continue to send troops? Huang Shang asked, cupping his hands. Zhao Ji put down the brush in his hand, waved his hand and said, I'll leave these to Huang Aiqing, who you have full authority to handle. I have been feeling very tired recently and need a good rest. Call Gao Qiu and let him relax with me. A trace of helplessness flashed across Huang Shang's face, but he could only obey the order. I obey the order. That he knew what relaxation Zhao Ji meant. Could you? Huang Shang was also very helpless towards this emperor who was proficient in eating, drinking and having fun, but was not good at government affairs. The Qin, the land of Baiyue. Snow Girl looked at Thief Shi who was on the list. Her eyes were very complicated. Sister Xuanhu, do you remember the painful days in the Mo family again? Medical immortal Duan Murong came over, slowly took Xuanhu's hand, and asked softly. She was also a member of the Mo family at first, but later she couldn't stand Yan Dan's behavior, so she left the Mo family's government city with Xuanhu and Ziyuk. Then the two of them were brought to the land of Baiyue by Ziyuk, and met a large group of sisters. Sister, if your heart is still intact, sister, I will help you destroy the Mo family now and twist off Yan Dan's head with my own hands. Yan Lingji, dressed in fiery red clothes, also walked out. She is now the queen of the land of Baiyue, and she leads the Jianghu forces in the land of Baiyue, which is many times more powerful than the Mo family. If it weren't for that heartless man's instructions to her not to act rashly, she would have led her men to the Central Plains to compete with the major forces. Thank you for your concern, sisters. I am not worried about the Mo family, but I am thinking about the heartless Ziyuk. The Snow Girl said with a melancholy look on her face. That heartless man is really hateful. He put us behind Baiyue and never showed up. He will definitely be on the list of geniuses this time. When the time comes, I must personally go find him and make him look good. Honglian walked over and said. What you said is great. When the time comes that the heartless man just says a few nice words, you will forget what you said today. Purple Girl said with a smile, Baiyue is peaceful here, the Huashan sword sect is a different scene. Section 5. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4 Why is the Master laughing? Please give flowers, votes, collections, and comments. Huashan sword sect, the Hall, Yu Buchuan, Ning Zhongzi, Yu Lingshan, Lin Pingji and others are all there. Everyone stared at Ling Huchong in the middle. Ling Huchong, let me ask you, is your Dugan 9 swords the swordsmanship of my Huashan sword sect? Yu Buchuan raised his eyebrows and asked righteously. No. Ling Huchong hesitated for a moment, but decided to tell the truth, but his expression was very bitter. Since you admit it, who taught you that? Yu Buchuan continued to ask. This. Ling Huchong hesitated. Master, please forgive me, I promised not to reveal his name. Ling Huchong insisted, gritting his teeth. He promised Master Feng not to reveal his name. Even if the master asked, Ling Huchong would not reveal it. Asshole. Yu Buchuan was furious, and his master's cultivation burst out in an instant. His clothes were blown up without wind, and the tables and chairs shook and collided with each other. Chonger, your master is doing this for your own good. He is afraid that someone will harm you, and he is even more afraid that you will be used by others, which will be detrimental to our Huashan sword sect. Ning Zhongzi persuaded him earnestly. If Yu Buchuan is a hypocrite who has been pretending all his life, Ning Zhongzi is a real loving mother, and she is also very good to Ling Huchong. Yu Buchuan is so lucky to have such a good wife. Feng Qingyang, who was hiding in the dark, commented. He observed the situation of the disciples of Huashan sword sect in the hall. Huashan sword sect has fallen to such a state that there are not two decent disciples among the younger generation. Feng Qingyang was very disappointed with the current situation of Huashan Sword Sect. Huashan Sword Sect used to be the well-deserved first among the 5 mountain sword sect. It has always been the leader of the alliance. However, the subsequent sword chi battle led to the death of dozens of masters in the Huashan sect. Although the Qi sect won in the end, it also caused a gap in the inheritance of the Huashan sword sect. This caused the overall strength of the Huashan sword sect to plummet, and the Songzhan sect took away the first place. Feng Qingyang did not participate in the sword chi battle that year because he was deceived and left the Huashan sword sect. When he came back, the sword chi battle had ended. Disappointed, he has been living in seclusion in the back mountain of the Huashan sword sect and has never appeared in front of everyone since then. Ha! This little girl actually exudes such a powerful internal energy fluctuation. Feng Qingyang was very surprised when he saw Yu Lingshan. He could feel that Yu Lingshan had a very strong internal energy in her body, which was even not inferior to his internal energy. However, she had a strong internal energy but no corresponding realm cultivation. There is something strange about this young male disciple. He is obviously a man, but he exudes a strong yin energy. When did Huashan sword sect become so complicated? Feng Qingyang stared at Lin Pingji, feeling even more melancholy. The Huashan sword sect today has become beyond his imagination and is very different from before. Master's wife, don't worry, Chong'er can distinguish between good and bad. The person who taught me the sword technique has no bad intentions, and will not harm my Huashan sword sect. Chong'er can guarantee this. Ling Hu Chong promised solemnly. Master Feng is a senior of Huashan sword sect, how could he harm Huashan sword sect? Guarantee? What guarantee do you have? How do you know that person will not harm my Huashan sword sect? If someone else has this intention, can they tell you directly? Traitor, if you don't tell me the details today, don't blame me for being rude to you. Yu Buchuan drew his sword and pointed it at Ling Hu Chong. He has no other choice now, as the 5 major sword sects are about to meet. If he can't improve his strength, he will definitely not be able to defeat Zhuo Lingchan of Songzhan sword sect. Yu Buchuan is determined to revitalize Huashan sword sect, defeat Zhuo Lingchan, and become the leader of the 5 mountain sword sect. He will never allow Zhuo Lingchan to win again. Therefore, Yu Buchuan can only set his sights on Ling Hu Chong, get the elixir obtained by Ling Hu Chong, and then learn the Duga 9 swords. Yu Lingshan has been staring at what happened, and she feels that her father seems to be becoming more and more unfamiliar. Could it be that what Xiaoyaoku said back then was true? Is my father really a hypocrite? That Yu Lingshan had doubts in her heart, and couldn't help but look at Yu Buchuan carefully. At this time, Lin Pingji stood up and said, Master, the eldest brother will never harm my Huashan sword sect. I can guarantee this. Since he entered Huashan sword sect, he has been taken care of by Ling Hu Chong on weekdays. Besides, he himself had his own secrets and understood Ling Hu Chong very well, so he chose to stand up and help Ling Hu Chong. You haven't even made it to the Tianjiao list, how can you speak? Quickly retreat, or I'll expel you from the sect. Yu Buchuan spoke with a cold face. As soon as the voice fell, the Tianjiao list was refreshed again. Tianjiao list 28th place. Lin Pingji. Identity, young escort leader of Fuwei Escort Agency, disciple of Huashan Sword School. Realm, late Xiantian. Skills, Huashan Sword, Exorcism Sword, Jintian Palm. Reward, yellow level middle grade elixir, Enlightenment elixir, which can quickly familiarize you with any martial arts and master it. Junior brother Lin. You are on the list too. The first one to react was Ling Hu Chong. He looked at Lin Pingji in shock, as if he didn't know this junior brother who he had been with day and night. Late Xiantian, this is the same level of cultivation as him. In the past, junior brother Lin didn't show it at all, and what about that evil repelling sword technique? The next one to react was Yu Buchuan. He was furious and looked at Lin Pingji unkindly, saying angrily, Good, very good. No wonder you stood up to speak for this traitor. It turns out you are the same kind of people. You both secretly learned sword techniques other than Huashan sword sect behind my back. It seems that my Huashan sword sect can no longer accommodate you 2 big Buddhas. Section 6. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In this case, from today on, you two are officially expelled from the Huashan sword sect and are no longer my disciples of the Huashan sword sect, Yubuchuan said with clenched teeth, the veins on his forehead exposed. He never expected that Lin Pingji, who was usually secretive, had secretly learned the sword technique to ward off evil spirits. This was the top swordsmanship that everyone in the world knew at that time. Back then, the Qingqing sect coveted the sword technique to ward off evil spirits, so they wiped out the Lin family, but even so, they were not found. Yubuchuan also searched secretly, but found nothing. Unexpectedly, Lin Pingji had already learned it. Yubuchuan felt extremely shameful and humiliated. The Qin, Jiuzhou mansion, Ying Ziyu laughed when he saw Lin Pingji on the list and his evil sword skills. Why is the master laughing? Jiang Yuyan asked with some confusion. Lin Pingji was so cruel to him. The first sentence of the sword technique to ward off evil is, if you want to practice this technique, swing your sword from the palace. It's a pity that Lin Pingji became a eunuch at a young age and will never be able to experience the beauty of yin and yang again. Ying Ziyu said with a smile. Jiang Yuyan naturally understood the meaning of Ying Ziyu's words, and her face couldn't help but blush. However, Lin Pingji is also a poor man. Ying Ziyu briefly described Lin Pingji's tragic experience. When saying these words, Ying Ziyu was thinking about whether to take Lin Pingji into account. Lin Pingji's fate was tragic, but his character was very resolute. There were many reasons why he turned from good to evil in the later period. If used well, it can also become a loyal blade. After listening to Ying Ziyu's narration, Jiang Yuyan admired Ying Ziyu even more. Master is so knowledgeable, he even knows the sword technique to ward off evil spirits. The master knows everything about the Ming Dynasty Jianghu. Is there anything else that the master doesn't know? Chapter 5. He is the biggest joke in the Ming Dynasty's martial arts world. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Ming Dynasty, Qingqing sect. Evil sword technique. Yu Canghai saw that Lin Pingji, who was on the list, also had the ability to ward off evil spirits. With a hint of ruthlessness in his eyes, he never expected that the person in swordsmanship he had been looking for a long time would be in the Huashan sword sect. In order to ward off evil swordsmanship, he destroyed the entire Lin family. To cut the grass and root it out, Lin Pingji, the only one who is still alive, cannot let go. Moreover, Lin Pingji can also ward off evil spirits with swordsmanship. As long as he is captured, he will definitely be able to learn the method of cultivating evil fighting swordsmanship from his mouth. Thinking of this, strong greed flashed in Yu Canghai's eyes. Come on, come with me to the Huashan sword sect. Yu Canghai hurriedly worried about his disciple. He was going to the Huashan sword sect to see if there was any chance of catching Lin Pingji. Daming, Hulong Villa. Another disciple of the Huashan sword sect. Xuanhuan Haitang's expression was very surprised. I didn't expect that this little-known Huashan sword sect would have 2 disciples on the list. Father, should we recruit some Huashan sword sect? If you can enter the list of geniuses, as long as you don't die midway, you will definitely achieve great things in the future. Duan Tianya said very calmly. Gue Haidao on the side had a straight face and a chill emanating from his body. He rarely expressed opinions and always did whatever his adoptive father asked him to do. Father, I think this proposal is a good one. Although our Dragon Guard Villa has strong intelligence capabilities, we still need to cultivate our own trusted forces in the arena. In this way we can monitor the Ming Dynasty and prevent them from doing things that harm the court. Xuanhuan Haitang also gave his own suggestions. She always thought that what her adoptive father did was for the sake of the Ming Dynasty. Therefore, every time I make suggestions, I do so from the perspective of protecting the Ming Dynasty. That makes sense. Jianya, go to the Huashan sword sect yourself. You must let it become a pawn of our dragon protection villa in the world. Tell Yubuchuan that as long as he is willing to obey, the leader of the 5 mountains sword sect is nothing. I can make him the martial arts leader of the Ming Dynasty. Hozhu, the Iron Courage God, said, ignoring his vows. Since he dares to make such a promise, it proves that he has such confidence. After all, his entire power is not just as simple as the Dragon Protector Villa and the #1 villa in the world. Secretly, his power is incredible. He can obtain any information he wants at any time throughout the entire Ming Dynasty, and even surrounding countries. The Qin, ninth young master's mansion. Master, which one is more powerful, this evil fighting sword technique or the Duga 9 swords? Jiang Yuyan put the peeled grapes into Ying Ziyu's mouth and asked with a smile on her face. Duga 9 swords is stronger. But what's more important is the person who uses it. If Duga Qiufei is allowed to use Duga 9 swords himself, I'm afraid there won't be many people in all of Kyushu who can rival him. However, in Linghu Chang's hands, if he can use the 3-point power of Duga 9 swords, he can already become a first-class master. The same is true for the sword technique to ward off evil. Even if Lin Pingzhi learns it, he will not be able to use the power of Lin Yuan too. However, now that he has used the sudden enlightenment pill, he may surpass Lin Yuan too. Of course, if he can successfully escape from Yubuchuan. Ying Ziyu said with a smile. He had fought with Duga Qiubai in the past. He was a true swordsmanship genius. In Jiuzhou, few people can defeat Duga Qiubai simply with swordsmanship. If it weren't for the system, Ying Ziyu would not have the opportunity to fight with Duga Qiubai, let alone defeat Duga Qiubai in swordsmanship. As for Lin Pingzhi, Ying Ziyu has decided to recruit him, so, Ying Ziyu will naturally not let Yubuchuan succeed. According to what the master said, that Yubuchuan is really a hypocrite? Will he really kill Linghu Chong and Lin Pingzhi? Jiang Yuyan widened her eyes and asked curiously. She looked at Ying Ziyu with a dazed look, and the admiration in her eyes could not be concealed at all. He is known as the gentleman's sword. This is the biggest joke in the Ming martial arts world. Section 7. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In order to improve his strength, Yubuchuan can do anything. He is a complete villain. It's just that he is good at disguising himself. Ying Ziyu said bluntly. Jiang Yuyan nodded thoughtfully and kept Ying Ziyu's words in mind. The Tang Dynasty Palace. After seeing Lin Ping on the list, Li Shimin sighed helplessly and said, Master Yuan, is the martial arts world of the Ming Dynasty really so prosperous? 3 people are on the list, and 2 of them are from the Ming Dynasty. Is there no one in my Tang Dynasty who can be on the list? Li Shimin urgently wanted to get a Tang Dynasty martial arts person on the list. In this way, he can see whether he will be rewarded with treasures that can quickly stabilize the Tang Dynasty. Your Majesty, our Tang Dynasty was founded not long ago, and we have experienced fierce battles before, resulting in heavy casualties among the people in the martial arts world, so it may not be possible to make the list for the time being. However, Your Majesty, rest assured that there are several young masters among the bad people, and there is a great possibility that they will be on the master list. Yuan Tiangong's words were full of confidence. He was full of confidence in his organization. He was confident that the bad people under his command were no worse than the geniuses in any martial arts force in the world. Good, that's great. Anyone who can make the list, I will definitely not be stingy with rewards. Li Shimin laughed. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yuan Tiangang bowed his hands and said. Also, try to win over those who can make the list and see if they can be used by our Tang Dynasty. It's a pity that such talents cannot be taken into account. Tell them that as long as they join our Tang Dynasty, they can be granted titles and appointed as prime ministers, Li Shimin said confidently. Being able to be on the Tianjiao list is enough to prove that this person is a rare talent in Jiuzhou. As an ambitious king who wanted to realize his ambitions, he would naturally not ignore it. I obey your order. Not only Zhu Wushi and Li Shimin took action, but Yang Guang of the Great Sui, the Han Dynasty, the Song Dynasty, and even Ying Ziyu took action. Anyone with insight can see that those who can make it to the Tianjiao list must be extraordinary. Winning over 1 or 2 people can greatly increase strength. If they can be promoted to martial arts grandmasters or land immortals in the future, that would be a big profit. The imperial palace of the Great Sui Dynasty. Yang Guang looked at the people on the list and was very angry. Is there no one in my Great Sui Dynasty? Why has no one been on the list until now? Yang Guang angrily threw the wine glass in his hand to the ground. Your Majesty, calm down. Now it's only the last 3 on the Tianjiao list. The Grand Master list and the Grand Master list later. Someone in my Great Sui Dynasty will definitely be able to make the list. Yuwenji hurriedly lowered his head to explain. Hateful Li Shimin, if he hadn't snatched my precious daughter away, my Rui would have been on the list. Lord Yuan, how is the assassination of Li Shimin's son going? Yang Guang stared at Yu Wenji below. At this moment, Yu Wenji seemed to be stared at by a lion, as if he would die at any time. Your Majesty, please forgive me, I am incompetent. The bad people under Yuan Tiangang of the Tang Dynasty protected Li Shimin closely. The people I sent couldn't get close to Li Shimin. Even the bad people couldn't get close to the palace, and they found him. That Yu Wenji immediately knelt down, knocked his head heavily on the ground, and trembled. His heart was instantly in his throat. As Yang Guang's childhood playmate and now an important official in the court, Yu Wenji knew how capricious Yang Guang was on the dragon throne. Forget it. Your Majesty, this is not your fault. I also know how powerful Yuan Tiangang is. However, the assassination cannot stop. I must see Li Shimin's dog head with my own eyes. Yang Guang waved his hand and said coldly. Yes, sir. Yu Wenji took the order and left. The moment he walked out of the hall, he felt like he was reborn. It seems that I have to speed up the plan. Otherwise, I don't know when I will be killed, Yu Wenji thought to himself, and then hurriedly left the palace. At this moment, the text on the Tianjiao list changed again. Tianjiao list 27th place. Song Qing Identity, Wudang sect disciple, son of Song Yuanxiao. Realm, innate perfection. Skills, Wudang swordsmanship, Wudang Tianzong. Reward, yellow level top grade treasure, 3-mark sword pattern pill. After taking it, it can increase the understanding of swordsmanship by 30% and increase the power of swordsmanship by 30%. Chapter 6 Song Qingshu's Ambition, the Big Secret of Wudang Mountain. Seeking flowers, evaluation votes, collections, comments, the Great Sui Palace. Damn it, another Ming Dynasty person is on the list. Yang Guang angrily overturned the table in front of him. Afterwards, he sat down on the dragon chair weakly. Soon he regained his spirits. It doesn't matter if it's someone from the Ming Dynasty, as long as it's not someone from the Tang Dynasty like Li Shimin. Damn Li Shimin, I must kill you. When talking about Li Shimin, Yang Guang's eyes turned red. Drawing out the sword behind him, he chopped randomly in the hall. After hearing the noise, the guards and eunuchs outside were trembling with fear. Xiao Meinyang came over at this time. See the queen, everyone said in unison. Xiao Meinyang raised her eyebrows and asked, what's wrong with His Majesty? The guards and eunuchs lowered their heads even more, but dared not say a word. Xiao Meinyang snorted coldly, and the temperature around her suddenly dropped. Then she opened a crack in the door and saw Yang Guang, who was going crazy. Xiao Meinyang saw this, a trace of disappointment flashed across her face, and then she closed the door and left. Your Majesty's condition is getting worse. I have to make some plans for myself. Section 8. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhaoyak, did you expect everything that happened today? A handsome man in white clothes and a long sword on his waist appeared in Xiao Meinyang's mind. If she hadn't met Zhaoyak, she would have been just a puppet queen, but now she has become a top martial artist in the perfect state of martial arts grandmaster. Even Yang Guang didn't dare to do anything to her. Daming, Wudang Mountain, Zhenwu Hall. Dad, Master, I'm on the list. Song Qingshu shouted excitedly when he saw that he was on the list. A sword-shaped pill appeared in his hand, with 3 silver sword marks on it. The whole pill exuded a strong sword intent, which made people feel terrified. Yes, Qingshu, you have to work harder in the future. The banner of Wudang Mountain will sooner or later need you young people to carry it. Song Yuanxiao smiled and stroked his beard, feeling very relieved. His son's ability to be on the Tianjiao list means that his son's talent has been recognized by the Heavenly Tao, and he is one of the top people in the entire Jiuzhou. In this way, his careful teaching on weekdays will not be in vain, and it will not humiliate the name of Wudang Mountain. Very good, Qingshu, after your strength increases, remember not to be proud. Always remember that you are the eldest brother of Wudang Mountain, and set an example for the younger brothers below. Zhang Sanfeng was also very happy. Although Wudang Mountain has an extraordinary status in the Ming Dynasty, however, these names are supported by the older generation. The younger generations below are either untalented or too young. Now there is finally a Song Qingshu who is on the list to act as a facade. Yes, Song Qingshu said with a smile. Then, he swallowed the pill rewarded by the heavenly Tao. The next second, he felt a strong sword intent raging in his body. The strong pain made him miserable. Song Qingshu gritted his teeth and persisted, and soon this feeling disappeared. Instead, he felt that his strength had improved a lot. He was familiar with sword techniques that he didn't understand in the past, and he felt that his sword skills had improved a lot. Junior sister Jiruo, I am no longer the same person I used to be. Will you let go of that person in your heart and look at me straight in the eye? Song Qingshu thought foolishly in his heart. Then, a cruel idea came to his mind. Even if you can't let go of that person, what if you don't look at me straight in the eye? I am definitely 1,000 times stronger than that person now. It won't be long before I will ask my father to go to Mtlnovel to propose marriage. I must marry you. Song Qingshu made up his mind secretly, damning Mtlnovel. Zhou Jiruo saw Song Qingshu on the list, and a strong disgust appeared in her eyes. This Song Qingshu came back to pester her again and again. If it weren't for the fact that Maid and Wudong have been friends for generations and she didn't want to destroy the friendship between the two factions, Zhou Jiruo would have killed him long ago. I hope you won't bother me again. Otherwise, I will really be rude to you. Zhou Jiruo murmured. Her heart has long been occupied by the sword fairy in white. It was the sword fairy in white who saved her at the critical moment. Junior sister, master asked me to call you. Ding Minjun walked over and said. Zhou Jiruo collected her thoughts and followed Ding Minjun to the main hall. Ding Minjun, who was standing aside, was very upset to see Zhou Jiruo so arrogant, and a trace of viciousness flashed in his eyes. Zhou Jiruo saw all of this, however, she didn't want to bother too much with a small figure like Ding Minjun. She wanted to find the sword fairy in white now. Qin, the 9th prince's mansion. Jiang Yuyan knelt beside Ying Ziyu and massaged his shoulders. Song Yuanxiao is also the leader of the 7 heroes of Wudong. A tiger father has no dog son. His son can be on the Tianzhou list. It seems that this Song Qingshu is really capable. Jiang Yuyan nodded, and put on a matter-of-fact expression when speaking. Ha! Song Qingshu, just a straw bag, Ying Ziyu said with disdain. It's not that he looks down on Song Qingshu, but he doesn't take Song Qingshu seriously at all. Song Qingshu doesn't deserve it. Oh. Why does the master say that? Jiang Yuyan asked curiously. It was the first time she saw the master being so disdainful of someone. This aroused her strong desire for knowledge. Song Qingshu's own talent is very ordinary, and he can reach his current realm all by relying on the accumulation of elixirs. He can be on the list, which should be related to his identity. After all, the gold list has already said that luck also accounts for a part of the reason for being on the list. Song Qingshu was born with a good family and has a good father. If it were anyone with good talent, with his background and origin. If he is not a grandmaster, he must have become a grandmaster long ago. You know, Zhang Sanfeng of Wudong Mountain is one of the top people in Jiuzhou. Wudong Mountain is not as simple as it seems. In addition to Zhang Sanfeng, there is a very powerful force hidden in secret. After despising Song Qingshu, Ying Ziyu briefly introduced the situation of Wudong Mountain. These were all things he personally confirmed when he went to Wudong Mountain when he was traveling around the world. It was only after he fought with those people that he learned that Wudong Mountain still hid such a huge secret. One of the people who fought with him at the time was Lu Zhu. Later, his men explored Wudong Mountain inside and out and got more accurate information. In this way, Ying Ziyu could be sure that Zhang Sanfeng was just a facade put forward by those people in Wudong Mountain in secret. The real Wudong Mountain is very complicated. Otherwise, it would not have been in charge of the world of Ming Dynasty for hundreds of years. If it weren't for what the master said, I wouldn't know that Song Qingshu was a fool with a golden appearance and rotten cotton inside. I didn't know that Wudong Mountain still hid a big secret. Jiang Yuyan's admiration became stronger. She also made a decision in her heart to let those people behind her investigate Wudong Mountain carefully. Section 9. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If she doesn't find out the specific situation clearly, what she wants to do in the future may not go as smoothly as she imagined. Chapter 7. No one can stop her from staying with her master. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, comments, Southern Song Dynasty, linen. Zhao Go felt very anxious when he looked at the people on the list. Isn't our martial arts community in the Southern Song Dynasty very prosperous? Why is there no one on the list now? Prime Minister, what do you think is going on? Zhao Go looked at Qin Hui below and asked. Your Majesty, we are still only on the list of innate warriors. There will definitely be someone on the list of masters and grand masters later on. Qin Hui lowered his head and said respectfully. I hope so. Anyone who can be on the list will be reused by me, Zhao Go said in a deep voice. Today, the Qin Dynasty and the Yuan Dynasty are pressing forward step by step, constantly encroaching on the territory of the Southern Song Dynasty. Zhao Go urgently hoped that someone could stand up and inspire the people of the Southern Song Dynasty and unite the Southern Song Dynasty, and then shock these foreign races. So that we can sit down and talk with these foreign races better. There is already a Fei in the army, in the arena, we still need someone who can act as a leader. That's right, Zhao's idea was not to defeat the Jin and Yuan dynasties, but to shock them and then negotiate peace with them. Zhao Go never thought about annihilating the alien races and unifying the 9 states, he just wanted to settle down and live his own life comfortably. Your Majesty, Holy Might, Qin Hui lowered his head and turned his eyes rapidly. Of course he will not let Zhao Go's plan succeed. The court is the court, and there is no place where those vulgar warriors in the world can get involved. Moreover, these warriors are not easy to control, just in case they do something excessive in the future. Then it will be him, the Prime Minister, who will be unlucky. Therefore, even if someone from the Southern Song Dynasty really made it onto the list of geniuses, Qin Hui would not leave any room to suppress him. Daming, Hulong Villa. Hai Tang, go to Wudong Mountain in person and discuss with Master Zhang to see if you can let Song Qingshu join our Dragon Protection Villa. Wudong Mountain is the leader of the Ming Dynasty. If we can win him over to join Hulong Villa, we will have more confidence in dealing with Dongchang Chao Jingchun in the future. Remember, after going to Wudong Mountain, you must have a correct attitude. Zhu ignored the solemn instructions. As soon as he finished speaking, the list in the sky was refreshed again, 26th place on the prodigy list. Shui Hung. Identity, Wudong sect disciple. Realm, innate perfection. Kung Fu, Wudong sword technique, Wudong ladder cloud movement. Reward, Xian level low-grade treasure, Yin-Yang sword, which contains 18 styles of Yin-Yang sword techniques, and can be practiced to the level of a martial arts master. After Zhu Wuwu saw the list, he immediately said, Hai Tang, let's ask about Shui Hung too. His evaluation of the Wu-Tang clan increased a few points. Song Qingshu was just on the list, and now Shui Hung is on the list. As long as these two people go all the way, they will surely become great masters of martial arts. Zhu ignored the need to win over the two of them, and then tied the behemoth Wudong to his station car. Only in this way can he make his own arrangements with peace of mind. As an Iron Gall god who controls a huge intelligence organization, he knows that Wudong Mountain is definitely not as simple as it seems on the surface. This is why Zhu Wuli attaches so much importance to Wudong Mountain and has never taken action against Wudong, but only tried to win over Wudong. As you command. Shangguan Haitang left immediately after receiving the order. She was also greatly shocked. She did not expect that two people from the Wudong clan would appear on the list of geniuses one after another. Ying Ziyu looked at Shui Hong who was on the list, but what came to his mind was not the Wudong clan, but the Jade Rakshasa from Mingyue Gorge, Lian Nishang. This is a woman who hates evil as much as she hates it, and dares to love and hate. Back then, Ying Ziyu had spent a very happy life with her in the green forest of southern Shaanxi. I don't know how that girl is doing now, Ying Ziyu said with a smile. Jiang Yuyan on the side listened to these words and couldn't help but start thinking in her heart. She knew that her master had many confidantes. She never cared about these people. She never worried about other women appearing around her master. She just hoped to be by his master's side all the time, be a maid who can take care of your master's daily life. Because, she is still alive now, thanks to the original owner's rescue. After completing what those old guys told me, I can stay with the master all the time. If those old guys keep forcing me, I will have no choice but to kill them all. Jiang Yuyan felt a strong murderous intention in her heart. With the emergence of the gold list, in recent times, those old guys have become more eager to force Jiang Yuyan to do things she doesn't want to do. This made Jiang Yuyan very unhappy. she was not a kind-hearted person to begin with, and was cruel to anyone except Ying Ziyu. Even the organization that raised her and taught her martial arts is no exception. No one can stop her from staying with her master. Ming Dynasty, Wudong Mountain, Zhenwu Hall. I remember that Zhuo Yiheng is Ziyang's apprentice, right? Zhang Sanfeng recalled for a moment and asked. Master, I am really the disciple of junior brother Ziyang. Zhuo Yiheng's grandfather is Zhuo Zhonglian, the governor of Yunnan and Guizhou. His father, Zhuo Jixian, was the minister of the Ministry of Revenue. He is from a famous family. Song Yuanqiao introduced Zhuo Yiheng's situation in detail. Zhang Sanfeng nodded and said, it's true. He is from a famous family and now he is on the Tianjiao list. It seems that the second son is also a talented person. Tell Ziyang to bring Zhuo Yiheng to me. I will teach him and Qing Shu in person, that this is the decision he made after careful consideration. Compared with other sects, the younger generation of Wudong Mountain is indeed a little behind. Zhang Sanfeng can only teach him personally. Yes, Song Yuanqiao said. Song Qing Shu behind him was gloomy. Section 10. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He was very jealous of Zhuo Yiheng's reward, that was the realm of the Grandmaster of Martial Arts, which any martial artist aspired to pursue. He had no confidence that he could reach the Grandmaster realm. If I get Zhuo Yiheng's reward and become a Grandmaster of Martial Arts, will junior sister Zhiruo choose me? That this thought came to Song Qingshu's mind. Moreover, it was out of control. He immediately thought of what to do next. The master just said that he would personally teach him and Zhuo Yiheng next. Wouldn't there be more opportunities? Song Qingshu began to perfect the plan in his mind. On the other side of Wudong Mountain, Zhuo Yiheng was stunned when he saw himself on the list. He didn't come to his senses until a half-black and half-white long sword appeared in his hand, and he was sure that he was really on the Tianjiao list. Yiheng, you didn't disappoint me, Zhuo Yiheng's master Ziyang Jinren said excitedly. Master, this. Zhuo Yiheng still didn't know what to do for a while. Ziyang Jinren said, this is your reward, it's yours. Practice well in the future and don't tarnish the reputation of Wudong Mountain. Disciple obeys. Just then, Song Yuanqiao came over. Greetings, senior brother Song. Greetings, Uncle Master Song. Song Yuanqiao smiled and said, Junior brother Ziyang, junior brother Yiheng doesn't need to be polite. I came here to convey what Master said. Master said that he would personally teach Yiheng and Qing Shu in the future, and specifically asked me to tell you. Ziyang Jinren was surprised to hear this and asked, did senior brother really say that? Then, he realized that he had said the wrong thing, and immediately said, Senior brother, please forgive me. Junior brother was too excited just now. Song Yuanqiao waved his hand and said, Junior brother Ziyang, you don't have to be like this. You and I are brothers, there is no need to be so formal. Junior brother Yiheng, remember, go to the Zhenwu Hall tomorrow to receive the teachings of your master. After that, Song Yuanqiao got up and left. Ziyang Jinren and master and disciple Zhuo Yiheng were excited to communicate. At the same time, in Huashan Sword Sect, Ling Huchong and Lin Pingji had been expelled from the sect by Yu Buchuan. The two said goodbye at the gate and separated, then went down the mountain from different directions. A black shadow saw this, hesitated for a moment, and chased after Lin Pingji. Please comment. Chapter 8 Ying Ziyu's Intelligence Organization, Night. Watchman. Please give flowers, votes, collections, and comments. After the black shadow disappeared, Feng Qingyang appeared in front of the gate of Huashan Sword Sect. At the location where the black shadow disappeared, Feng Qingyang sighed and shook his head helplessly. The head of Huashan Sword Sect, a master of the Grandmaster level, actually expelled his excellent disciples for his own selfishness. Now he has to use insidious means to snatch the skills from his disciples. Huashan Sword Sect is really getting worse and worse. This old man is really heartbroken. Feng Qingyang spoke his mind. His words were full of contempt for Yu Buchuan. How can Huashan Sword Sect regain its former glory in the hands of such a person? Forget it. I am no longer a member of Huashan Sword Sect. As long as Chong'er is safe, I will be worthy of Huashan Sword Sect. After saying that, Feng Qingyang chased in the direction of Ling Huchong. he had to make sure that Ling Huchong could leave Huashan's sword sect safely. On the other side, Lin Pingji had just walked into the woods on the mountainside when a hidden weapon flew towards him. Swoosh! The hidden weapon came through the wind. Lin Pingji drew out the long sword in his hand and blocked the hidden weapon. Who? Come out! Lin Pingji looked around vigilantly. Then, the black-clothed man who was defeated by Yu Buchuan came out with a long sword. Hand over the exorcism sword technique and the enlightenment pill, and I can give you a quick death, otherwise I will make you live a life worse than death. Yu Buchuan deliberately lowered his voice. He wanted to reveal his identity, otherwise his name of Gentleman's Sword would be exposed. When he came, Yu Buchuan had already made a detailed plan. He did not want to reveal his figure, nor did he show the kung fu of Huashan's sword school. He was a mid-stage grandmaster, while Lin Pingji was only in the late stage of Xiantian. Even without the kung fu of Huashan's sword school that he was good at, Yu Buchuan had the confidence to kill Lin Pingji. Who are you? Lin Pingji put his hand on the sword and asked in a very sharp voice. Stop talking nonsense, watch me. Yu Buchuan lost his patience. He had no time to talk to Lin Pingji. He had to fight quickly. Yu Buchuan was still very clear about the principle of delay. The long sword slashed violently, and a sword energy burst out directly, piercing through the fallen leaves. Lin Pingji did not dare to be careless, and directly used the sword technique of exorcism. The long sword in his hand shook quickly like a dancing silver snake. After blocking the sword energy, he stabbed directly at Yu Buchuan. Yu Buchuan was shocked when he saw this. He didn't expect that the pixie sword technique was so powerful. It could allow a warrior in the late stage of Xiantian to block the full force attack of a warrior in the middle stage of Grandmaster and counterattack. Thinking of this, Yu Buchuan's desire to seize the pixie sword technique became stronger. With the pixie sword technique, I can definitely defeat Zhuo Lingchan. Yu Buchuan's mind was already filled with this thought. The two men soon fought together. Each move was full of thrills. He would not stop until he put his opponent to death. Leaves fell from the tree one by one, and before they hit the ground, they were torn into pieces by the sword energy. Die! Yu Buchuan seized the opportunity and stabbed Lin Pingji's shoulder with a sword. Lin Pingji also seized the opportunity and slashed with a sword. Yu Buchuan dodged in a hurry, but the mask on his face was cut off.